Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. Don't forget I'm coaching a team in the tournament. We've got our players so you can visit the team page and see who we have. It's a really good team. We're working on some more and give us your vote. If you are one of the leading vote getters for our team, you can win money too when we win this darn tournament. So get over there and vote. Well, now let's talk about the Cavaliers in Game 1 because it's a real sad story that Kyrie Irving is now injured and out for 3 to 4 months with a fractured kneecap, which seems to make sense when you have tendinitis and you've been running your knee down like he has and had already had pain. It's a little bit hard for me to fathom how the doctors could even possibly say he couldn't hurt himself anymore by going out there. The other problem is, if you can't win the game by playing him 30 minutes, then you shouldn't play him. You shouldn't win the game. Now, I know he looked good for a lot of that, but the bottom line is you need to find a way to keep him off the floor a little bit more because he's been so banged up all playoff long. And now what do you have? Probably the series will be over in a sweep, maybe 5 games if they're lucky. That said, I do want to go over how LeBron was defended, who they're throwing at him, and the benefit that the Warriors have with so many great athletes that can defend him. It's rare for a team to have multiple defenders for LeBron, and the Warriors actually have 3, maybe 4, that they can turn to. There are a few ways to break this down. One is to look at LeBron's shots and who was guarding him during those possessions. As you can see, Iguodala did the bulk of the defense and also was the most successful at forcing LeBron into misses. However, I dug even deeper into the possessions to see how the Warriors were defending him by total half-court possessions, and this painted a more accurate picture. In the first half, it was Barnes who had the lion's share of possessions on the King, while Iguodala bore the brunt of his attack in the second half. If you factor in the points per possession, you can get an accurate read as to who did the best job, and it's pretty clear that Iguodala came out way ahead. Let's first start by looking at how LeBron is getting his teammates good shots. Gravity isn't the right word for a player like LeBron on this Cavs team, more like black hole, but in a good way. Everybody on defense is looking at him, and this enables him to slice up the defense with his passing. Watch how Golden State uses Bogut to shadow him. This puts the weak side help in peril, as Tristan Thompson cuts looking for the lob, and that prevents Draymond from stepping up to stop the cutting Mozgov, who Mozgov's all over Bogut and Green. The Cavs run the same exact play, and it gets Draymond Green on the path to foul trouble with free throws for Mozgov. And if you really want to see what his gravitational force is like, just watch Steph Curry get completely engrossed in his drive, totally forgetting his man in the corner. Great pass by LeBron, ignore the Bogut flop and the travel, and great reaction by Steph. LeBron has always been that kind of star that wants to make the right play rather than toss up hero ball shots. Over the regular season, his points per possession plus assists ranked him in the elite of the NBA. In the playoffs, that number drifted lower to the 63rd percentile, but in last night's game, while he did have 12 assist opportunities, he was only able to generate 49 points in the 89 total half-court possessions he was in. That's quite a drop in points per possession plus assist. However, one other stat that I charted was how many possessions he was actively involved in. In the first half, he was directly involved in the play 57% of the time, while in the second half and overtime, he played a pivotal role in a whopping 78%. For fun, this is his efficiency in just the possessions he was directly involved in, still a far cry from his regular season and postseason overall numbers. Now let's look at his post-ups. This is the dreaded coast-to-coast post, and he was able to score on Harrison Barnes all night from all over the place. The Cavs were content to not run much offense to get LeBron the ball down low, and the Warriors in turn never once double-teamed him down there, even though the Cavs helped the Warriors by standing around. Bogut could have easily doubled with Draymond covering, but instead Barnes gives up another field goal. Again, the Cavs sort of pretend to run some motion, but it's poorly executed and sloppy. Iguodala was able to coax LeBron into a number of ill-advised fadeaway shots that only served to bail out the defense. And on this crucial possession, LeBron even gets away with a charge and travel, yet misses this tough attempt. I get it, the Warriors don't want a double team, even with this completely stagnant set. but LeBron is back to his stare-down isolation, waste 5 seconds before doing something, leaving him with less options. But a turnaround fadeaway dirk leg from 16 feet is just a terrible idea. Luckily for them, Mozgov saves the possession. Looking at his post-ups, we see he backed his man down an incredible 26 possessions, but was only able to generate 14 points from them. Because of the stagnant offense and Iguodala's defense, the Warriors were able to take this weapon away. Barnes wasn't bad on the post, believe it or not, but Iguodala was even better. The real weapon for the Cavs was getting LeBron in the pick and roll, forcing the switch. LeBron ball screening for Kyrie is, or shall I say was, a formidable attack, causing Klay to switch. LeBron clearly felt comfortable attacking him, getting a nifty jump hook when the double team never came. The Cavs keep screening till they finally force the switch, and while this is a shot the Warriors will live with, again, it's clear that LeBron has tons of confidence attacking Mr. Thompson. More evidence of LeBron's gravity. Watch how it turns Klay's head away from the ball, which should be the most important thing. It gets him all turned around and he has to switch onto the king anyway. While I like the help, once you let LeBron get going, there's no telling what degree of difficulty shot he'll make. LeBron barely ran pick and roll in the first half, which leads me to believe that Coach Blatt is not calling the plays. It's clear the Cavs tried to use the pick and roll most with Iguodala on him in an effort to force the switch, and that was a very sound strategy. Without Kyrie Irving, the Cavs are going to need to get back to LeBron being a pure point guard, and he's going to have to set up his teammates more than he was in Game 1. There's no reason to believe he can't ball screen for Dellavedova to get space rolling to the rim to set up more shots for Mozgov. And I can picture J.R. Smith running high horns with LeBron screening and finding space in the middle of the court to hit cutters. So there you have it, sports fans. I believe that LeBron could set up a guy like Mozgov a whole lot more. He could have one of those monster 25-point games that could keep him in the game close until LeBron can close. However, Kerr will definitely counteract that by going ultra small, which won them the game in overtime. So this is a chess match between two very good coaches, and we'll have to see who has more influence over their players in the key moments. Well, stay tuned for lots more coming up on Game 1 and into the finals. And don't forget, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?